Deus 2 version 200. Now you're going to see similar performance with this detector using earlier versions of the almighty Deus 2. This is a 9-inch coil. You go to a site with this machine using fast multi-frequency. Is the site cleaned out? Probably not. You went to a sports field. You went to a park. Is the site cleaned out running fast multi-frequency on this machine necessarily? Well, I'll give you a few little demos here using a gold ring, and we'll look at a nickel and two different nails. Fast program silencer 0. You see that gold ring there? Speed number 3, silencer 0. That's up to 4 inches of call height on that gold ring, sweeping as such. You hear that? Iron tone. That's a silencer of 0. One sweep of the call. You hear that? You're still walking. Fast forward to the old mono program, 40.4 kilohertz, silencer 0. You hear that? Now, you see that ID in that window there? 77, 75, I'm going to back the call up. Straight over that gold ring, just like I was sweeping that fast program. 76 in the window, okay? So the mono programmer has hit that. The fast user speed 3 has missed it. Let's trade this gold ring out for a nickel. What happens? Mono program 40 kilohertz. You see that meter read 84. You might suspect a zinc penny on a sports field. That could be a gold ring right there. Shallow, but you're looking at the meter of this machine in mono program. Oh, it's 80 something. I think I'll pass on that clad. Well, you better be careful doing that with this machine, okay? Probably want to rotate on it at the very least. That way you get a truer picture maybe of the ID. We're going to fast program. Speed 3, silencer 0. What do you hear? Backing the call up. I've even got the edge of that call setting back off the nail. Nothing. 1 inch above. 2 inches. 3 inches. 4 inches. Nothing. Okay? Now we're going to trade nails. That's a little colonial nail. You see the gold ring sitting right there. That's pretty challenging. Fast program. One sweep. Inch above. 2 inches. 3 inches. Get a little detection there at 3. What does the mono program sound like on this at 40 kilohertz? Much better signal, huh? Look at that ID, though. See that ID? Much better signal. I can hear that. Ever past the call. Boom. Back to fast program. Not a very good signal, huh? We're going to trade that gold ring out for this nickel. You see it there? What do we get here? We're still in the fast program. 1 inch above that nickel. Nothing. 2 inches. 3 inches. Very little there at all. Going to mono program, 40 kilohertz. Both of these programs at a silencer of 0. Okay, I back the call up. See the ID in that window? Again, you could be misled thinking that's a zinc penny or some shit, okay? But it's not. If we cross it, you clearly see you get more of a traditional, closer to nickel reading. But ID still in error. Back to fast program. We're going to back this call up. First, I'll start off above the nickel. I'm backing the call up as I did in the single frequency. What do you hear? Let me move this box right here. I've got some foil sitting over here. Backing the call up. Fast multi-frequency. What do you hear? iron tone. I'm transitioning back to mono program, 40 kilohertz. Backing the call up. You hear that? So anybody that thinks they have depleted a side out and can be absolutely certain using fast multi-frequency might want to think again, okay? You may not have. It would all depend, okay? Hunting a sports field with this machine. Well, most people running a Deus 2 would probably run it how? They probably would run it in the fast multi-frequency. You could be an out-of-the-boxer and run it in 40 kilohertz single frequency. You see, you would have better signal on objects laying as such. Now, if I lower the frequency in this mono program, these I showed a video earlier, you start getting down into the 14, 15 kilohertz range, it's a no-go. Meaning this detector in mono program running at 40 kilohertz is going to see things like that other machines like AT Pro, F75s, macro racers, CTXs, A-Tracks coming from this direction won't alert on to the user, okay? Now remember, the low frequency Deus 1 calls, the highest they would go is about 17.6 kilohertz. Since I've got this camera running, let's just dial down to that range. There's 17.6 kilohertz. What do we get here? You see what we got? We ain't got shit. Okay? If we start letting the frequency up, here's closer to what the HF calls for the Deus 1 ran in the mid-band. We get a little signal right there, okay? Now remember, not everybody had Deus 1s in HF calls, okay? And the X35 call would not run that high frequency-wise. I think it shut down about 27 kilohertz. All right, let's see here. This is about what an X35 call. There's 27.1. What do we get on this? Shaky, boys. So you see, you could be out with this mono program on this machine and hit targets that a Deus 1 owner running the X35 call can't touch. Alright, it's all about your competition, boys, and knowing what all these machines are capable of. Some people may not want to go to a site because they've seen somebody in there with a Deus 2. Well, I'd go in there. I wouldn't be afraid. But I'd probably run the 40 kilohertz single frequency if I was in a sports field looking for the gold rings. Whoever went there with the Deus 2 may have passed over. With a Manico or an Equinox in a park. You know, nails can exist just about anywhere, even on sand beaches. You got maintenance trucks out there running around. This, that, and the other. Tidal move, water movement. Okay, I hope you enjoy.